Hello everyone, have you ever wanted to monetize your work as a developer and found it difficult? Well, here I am to release a template to hopefully open up the doors for you to kind of jump into payment processing, integrating the Stripe payment system into your application, unlocking subscriptions for you to be able to charge the users on your application a monthly fee. Alternatively, as this example shows, I created a POS system from scratch, which will dive into selling products. So this is a great way for you to jump into SaaS, software as a service, where you can directly contact other business owners in your area. You can show them this application and you can build it out for them to suit their specific business. And that's really what this template is used for. It's a boilerplate for you to take it and to go into any direction that you want and to be able to offer and monetize your work. So with that, let's kind of just go over what this template includes, because there's a lot in this. Right off the bat, you have a social authentication system. I built this social authentication system from the ground up. As you just saw, I logged out. And if I want to log in, I just click on sign in, and then you can click on any provider that you want. For me, I figured Facebook and Google were the most useful in a restaurant application. So it's one click, just put in your whatever it is. You don't even need a password because it's a social authentication system, and it automatically connects to your Google account. And with that, the user is logged in. So outside of that, everything's mobile first design. So in the UI UX design of this application, and with a restaurant specifically, everything is going to be revolved around the customer going to this application on their phone at the restaurant, on the way to the restaurant, or whatever. So most people, whenever they're dealing with a restaurant, they're not usually on their computer. So it's good to have a design of an application that can suit the different screen resolutions. But specifically for this one, we need to make sure that our mobile development is really strong. And with this actual release of this template, I made sure it was. So it has all the bells and whistles that you would need in a mobile first design. So let's just kind of showcase placing an order. So over here in the application, you can add items to the menu and it gets reflected in the shopping cart. Whenever you are done, you click on checkout and then you get sent over to this payment page. This is the Stripe payment page, and you basically put in your credit card information, you provide some information, a phone number, which is useful for a restaurant, so they can call you and say, hey, your order's ready. But yeah, with that, you just place the order. And what you'll see is that you'll get sent over to this confirmation. And then if you wait a second, you'll hear that? So what it is doing right now is it sends that order over to a receipt printer, which specifically would probably be located in the kitchen. So the cooks in the kitchen, they're not going to have this application open at all times. They're not going to be able to see the orders coming in. So you need a way to let the kitchen know a new order has arrived and what that order is. And as you can see here, there's a lot of features that I added to this receipt print. We have an image, we have the order, and then we also have a way to scan and rate the restaurant through a QR code. So with that, I thought of everything. So that way the kitchen knows to start on the order. Whenever they are done with the order, they throw away the receipt and they know, all right, that order's been done. So outside of that, there is more to just the customer orders and tracking it. So for the restaurant, there is this order management dashboard that I built out, and you can click on any of these and you can see what the order is. So chips and queso was the most recent order, and that was 6 minutes ago. And yeah, whenever you are completing an order, you could have this set up as a standalone iPad or something, and then they could just click on this and say that, hey, the order's been completed, or maybe at the end of the day you just go through it and you complete all the orders. But yeah, this at least gives you a duration, and as you saw, the status changes colors depending on how much time has passed, so they can say, okay, this is red, this needs to get out fast because this has been in order for a while now, or because there's no color associated with the status, it's a new order, we're just getting started on it, there's no rush on it. But yeah, with that, you also have a phone number. You can one click and then it will automatically call that phone number, and you can search by date range or by a specific email or phone number, and you can pull up past orders if something went wrong and you need to like find that receipt and deal with a situation, as this is all dynamic for a reason. The restaurant industry has a bunch of things going on, and you need to design it accordingly. But for the customer, they will have an order page and they can easily one click redo orders. So for example, they have this large order that they really liked and they want to do the same thing again, they could do that. Or if they want to go in here and change anything, they could just remove it. They don't need those, but they want to keep everything else. It's one click, reorder the same thing, ready to go, and then just check out and you can place the order. So for the restaurant, back to it needing to be dynamic, I created this product management page. This product management page unlocks a bunch of features. It allows you to create new products over here, where you can give a name, a description. You could say, hey, what type of product is this? Is this going to be an add-on or an upcharge to an existing product, or is this going to be a new base product? So for example, like let's say we're going to start selling pizza. We put that in the category pizza, and then we could just say, hey, this is going to be a pizza. And then you can go over here and you can upload from your images, and then that will get uploaded for the pizza. And then you can make it a featured product or not, and that will show up at the start of the menu versus just being in its own section. And then you give it a price and a nickname, and then you just create the product. Alternatively, let's say if you want to provide an upcharge to a product, you can create an add-on. So this will be an add-on to a product, and then down below here, you can see what product you want this to be an add-on to. So for example, chips and queso, if you wanted an add-on of salsa, but it's an upcharge of $2, you can do that here. So you can just say, hey, this is gonna be the salsa, and then you would just move down to a description, a picture, and then a price for what you should charge for the upcharge. And that's all going to be organized in the add-on section, and then base products is going to be in the base product section. You can filter these just by typing in anything, but let's say if you ran out of lobster, and you can't sell lobster grilled cheese anymore, you could just click on this and it will remove it from the menu so nobody can order it. But let's say next week you get a new delivery of lobster, you could start selling it again, then you could just turn it back on, and there you go. So with that, you can also click on the settings and you can change anything after the fact, because all this information is dynamic. You can go about changing it any way that you want. And then you can create new price variations if you want, see the metadata associated with it. So yeah, really just a great way for restaurants to stay up to date on their menu, to change it out or take items off or on, because in the restaurant, everything's changing on a whim. You might have a rush and run out of inventory, and you have to just adapt. So another way that I wanted to integrate Plotly and Dash into data science and this whole project into a little bit of that was to create an analytics dashboard. So you can select what time frame you're trying to look into the analytics of what orders are happening within the application. But for here, you can see the revenue over time and then daily revenue breakdown. For the products, you can see what are the best sellers. So we're selling a ton of lobster po' boys, how much revenue and how much have we sold, so you can better understand how much inventory you need to order for next week. Other than that, we have customers where you can see who your best customers are. Maybe you can reward them, give them a special shout out, and other than that, I created pattern recognition. So you can look into what hours are your peak time and basically understand the trend of the restaurant. So for example, at this peak time, you might say we need an extra person, more staff during this, and then maybe at this peak time we need more staff, and then to work someone from here, and then just have someone come in for 2 hours during this time. so you can better direct the staff from the analytics. You can better understand what you need to reorder so you have less waste. But these are all huge selling points for a business like this, so that a restaurant can have a better understanding of their actual business and so that they can better serve their customer. So that's what I tried to think of. And with that, going back into having things dynamic for a food truck specifically, things could change really fast in regards of like, okay, we don't have a strict schedule. Maybe in the off season our hours change, or maybe someone got sick and we can't open shop on Thursday, and then you can just click on that and it will make it so that on Thursday nobody can order anything from the application, and it directly reflects on the application that it's closed. So a really great way to allow the business owner to set their own hours and to change them as they need. Lastly, jumping back into the receipt printer, I created this printer management system, which gives all the boilerplate that you would need to connect to the same receipt printer that I have here. And it basically gives you little print templates. So for this receipt, it has an image, it has a QR code, it has everything here. And with these templates, you can just from a quick button, you can print from that. So if you want an image, you just click on this, you drop in an image, and it will actually print that image. So yeah, with that, we have diagnostics and history associated with the prints. It's just a way for us to better debug this aspect of what we are offering. So with all this, I'd like to dive into who I am. My name is Austin, and I am one of the Plotly champions. I have been in this space for a while now. I have contributed constantly to the open source side of things. I teach on the Plotly YouTube channel, and I've been recognized for my contributions, my knowledge, the growth, and the collaboration that I have made in this space. So I'm one of the few that have this title of being a champion, and I'm trying to continue that on by releasing my own application. As you can see here, this is where you're going to find the template. Right now it's listed at $200, but the price will probably go up as I continue to add to this. But everything that you need to get started is already there and ready to go. So with that, what happens is I'm using the Stripe payment system. You can get an idea of what is going to be included in this. You can kind of see some of the pages, and with that, whenever you place the order, you can go over to your orders and you'll be able to see the order, and you can one-click download all the files, and you can use that template, change it any way that you want, and yeah, go to other businesses and sell and build and create your own SaaS company, or use it in your portfolio. After diving into it, making the changes that you want, it's a great way to reflect on a resume. So with that, I also included a tutorial. Right now I have 2 tutorials. The one that is free, if you're interested in just kind of getting your feet in the water a little bit, this is a free tutorial that I made, and it covers the Stripe payment system, and a lot of the stuff that we talk about in here is going to be reflected in this bigger project as we go about taking it on. So this shows every single file. Whenever you jump into different files, I have videos associated with them. This automatically updates to show the videos related to the file. And yeah, it's just a great way for you to learn and see what I have here, see what I'm talking about, and I try to create these videos as professional as possible. So yeah, with that, I'd appreciate your support. If you're not able to, just jump into the free version. You can do this on your own, but if you really want to hit the ground running and you want to dive into building out your own business, there's been like 6 or 10 months worth of work put into this actual template. So there's a lot of value in this price, which is why I'm trying to make it worth it and worthwhile for anybody who just wants to quickly, easily get a template and start going to other businesses and building it out. So yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.